Alright, operators. Season 2 is live, and Guoyapos port has opened its doors. Have you experienced the wonders of the port for yourself yet? I've prepared a handy strategy guide for you, in case you haven't. We'll go through the city's structure, the distribution of supplies, extraction route selection, and more. Strap yourself in. Let's pump those extraction rate numbers. Spawn points can be found just about everywhere in the port, as there are a total of 16. We've divided them into 5 zones: A, B, C, D, and E. Zone A on the western side of the map has the most spawn points at 6. If you spawn near the cafeteria, you'll be able to loot it before the others. Similarly, spawning at the construction site allows you to rush upstairs and get into position. Then snipe operators traveling from the cafeteria to the department store's rear gate via the square. If you spawn at the department store, it's best to forget about the cafeteria. Enter the guard camp directly from the side gate, or loot Port Authority instead. Zone B's spawn points drop you smack dab in some good loot sites. Hit the post office or Shorewind Lane and stock up. Your next destination, Twilight Apartment or Port Authority, is just a matter of risk tolerance. On the eastern side of the map, Zone C spawn points are scattered around Twilight Apartment. Clashes are likely to break out once the raid starts, but Twilight Apartment has plenty of supplies, so it's always worth the risk. Once you're done looting there, it's time to find a chance to extract. In Zone D on the eastern side of the map, your first target should be Port Authority's East Gate. There's a high chance of a firefight breaking out on these streets. If you're not confident in your gear, consider going around via the back streets. Finally, we have Zone E. There aren't many options on this part of Seaside Avenue. Just go straight for Port Authority. Once you're done there, all that's left to consider is how to extract safely. The most important resource site in the map is Port Authority, followed by Twilight Apartment and the cafeteria. Let's take a look at Port Authority first. The Port Authority in the southern part of the map is the most important resource site in the port. It's full of loot. There's an armory in the northwest corner of the first floor, and partially modded AKMs and other weapons might appear on its walls. A locked room lies on the northeast of the second floor, and inside it are weapon cases, a safe, and other containers. There's a safe on the left side of the third floor, and a locked storage room at the end of the corridor. Within it, you'll find an electronic safe, and if you're lucky, there will be some resources waiting for you on the table. Located on the northeastern side of the map, Twilight Apartment is another hot resource site. You'll find a lot of supplies on its 3 floors. In room B301 on the 3rd floor, there's a safe out in the open just waiting for you to loot. But B302 next door requires a key. Resources like drawers, winter coats, and a safe are waiting for you. Tip: room C202 requires a key, but the lock feels a little loose sometimes. Keep your eye out for it. The cafeteria is an important resource site on the western side of the map. You'll find suitcases, med cases, toolboxes, and other containers on the first floor. Weapon cases and a safe hidden under a table are on the second floor. In addition, there's a locked room if you go further into the second floor. Inside, you'll find an electronic safe and a weapon case waiting. The intersection at Shorewind Lane is at the center of the port area. The underground sewer here is the only fixed extraction point on the map. This extraction point at the underground sewer is available to all operators and imposters. Due to its narrow and dim environment, it's the perfect spot for an ambush. If you do choose this as your extraction point, toss a grenade inside beforehand and avoid giving away everything that you looted. A A military transport helicopter is parked at the square between Shorewind Lane and the post office. Head to the tent on the eastern street and use the radio to start the helicopter. During the extraction countdown, the sound of the chopper's engines may attract some unwanted guests. If you do choose the helicopter as your extraction point, consider covering your retreat with smoke grenades. Besides these 2 extraction points, there are 2 more chance-based extraction points, as well as 2 conditional extraction points on the map. The Western Outpost extraction point near the cafeteria and the extraction point at Tulip Street East have a 50% chance of being active. The extraction point north of the post office and the extraction point at the Administration West in the south require delivering 2 dog tags and holding your ground for 10 seconds to extract. If you just got out of a firefight at Port Authority and you don't want to take the risk of the underground sewer or helicopter, then delivering 2 dog tags to extract is your best choice. Hopefully this little intro has given you a clearer picture of the spawn points, resource sites, and extraction points in the port. That's it for today's port guide. We hope this helped you familiarize yourself with the engagement opportunities you'll find in the port. See you again soon in the next episode of Loot Collector.